Hey everybody, welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Bandai Anime Heroes. This is Hatake Kakashi, hopefully I'm saying that right, from Naruto Shippuden. I am not a expert on anime by any means. Just recently getting into anime. I'm going through Dragon Ball original series, and my son and I actually started watching Naruto as well. I'm only 2 episodes in. He can't wait for me. My son, he's gone well ahead of me. He's 18 episodes in, and he loves it. So when I was at GameStop today, Kakashi is one of his favorite characters from the series, so we couldn't resist picking this one up. So forgive me if I mispronounce stuff or if I don't know a whole lot about it. Still learning. So we get a closer look at the side of the packaging. Not much on the go here, just a little picture of Kakashi on the bottom. Naruto Shippuden on the side here, Anime Heroes, I have no clue what this is. But then on the back here we have Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi. And this is from Wave 1, I think it is. So this is a little bit of an older figure, but like I said, we're just getting into it. So we're going back and trying to hunt all these down. But pretty awesome figures. I am a big fan of Bandai figures. Alright, so that's pretty much it for packaging, guys. We'll be right back with Kakashi outside of the packaging. Alright guys, we are back and we have Kakashi outside of the packaging. For accessories, he comes with this effect, and I'm not even going to pretend that I know what this is yet. Like I said, I'm only 2nd episode in. Some kind of jutsu effect, I would imagine. But yeah, pretty cool. I know you can just place it into one of his hands there. Fits in nice. It actually goes in between his fingers and everything too, so that's pretty cool. I like it. For hands, he comes with 2 of these gripping hands, which paint application on these are okay. A tad bit messy, to be completely honest. It is blue plastic and could definitely use a little bit more paint on these. In the box, he comes with these pointing fingers, and he comes with an open gripping hand or an open palm hand. He comes with pointing fingers for the other side, and obviously the gripping hand or open palm hand, whatever you want to call it, for the opposite side. So 3 sets of hands in total. So that's pretty much it for accessories. Let's get a closer look at Kakashi. And I think they did a pretty awesome job. I mean, most of his face is covered up anyways. That being said, though, they definitely did a good job of nailing his likeness. I think this one looks great. I think his face sculpt and his hair and everything else is actually sculpted nice. I think his hair is kind of lacking a little bit. Obviously, the SH Figure Arts version is much more detailed, better paint applications and everything else. And I actually wish he came with an extra head sculpt as well, with his eye not covered. That being said, though, pretty cool detail in his eyes, his face. Then we get down to his body, and I think they did an awesome job. They nailed it. Pretty accurate to the anime series. The paint application on this one is pretty decent. There is some blemishes, some bleeding over the paint. And even with his arms, we had the issue with paint showing through on his hands. And we can see there too that, not sure if the camera will pick it up, but his skin tone, we can see some blue from the plastic showing through. So paint could have been a bit better on this one. See, get a closer look at the back from there. The joints and everything else is pretty good on this one as well. I'm a big fan of the Bandai joints. Get down to his lower body. The design, the stripe on his pants is painted pretty decent. We can see down to the wrapping going around his calves is painted pretty decent as well. Pretty cool design. I'm having issues with my camera focusing for whatever reason, but yeah, hopefully you guys get the point. Then we get down to his feet and his sandals, or whatever you want to call it there. His feet is pretty messy. You can see a lot of blue showing through and a lot of overpaint there. But we can see the detail, and we can see his toenails and everything else. So yeah, it's still pretty cool detail. Like I said, paint application could be a little bit better on this one, but the overall design and the overall likeness is definitely there. You see the zippers painted, his buttons painted, and all that stuff. So pretty cool. Not too bad at all. Alright, so that's pretty much it for a closer look. Let's quickly go over articulation. So this one does have a ball joint here, so you get a little bit of articulation out of that. So his head goes back this far, down this far. You get some side to side, but you get the majority of your motion from your neck joint there. So the neck joint goes back this far, down this far. You do get some side to side. You can get a full rotation if you want to force on it. If you force on it too much, though, his head will actually pop off. For his arms go up this far, so pretty good range of motion there. Obviously, it goes all the way around. There is a little tiny butterfly joint in the back there. You can barely see it, but it is there. So you do get a little bit of range of motion out of that. There is a bicep swivel there as well. We do have double jointed elbows. Not a full range of motion, but still a pretty decent range of motion for these. His wrist's got these awesome ratchet joints here, so you go back and forth, you get all the way around. You can pretty much put this one in whatever direction you want to put it. There is no ab crunch, obviously. So articulation in the upper body is pretty limited. So there's no ab crunch, there's no ball joint or anything there. There's a little ball joint down here. but that's pretty restricted as well. This is a really stiff hard plastic, and it only goes side to side. It goes back and forth, but you don't get a full rotation, so it only rotates this far and this far. So that's it. That's all the range of motion we're getting from the upper body. Then we get down to the lower body. His legs doesn't come out to a complete split. You can turn it all the way around and then kind of have his leg facing out this way. Does look kind of weird, but like I said, the possibility for a full split is there. You just got to reverse his leg. There is a full rotation right here, so we can see that there is a peg right here, but then there's a full swivel there as well. Be very careful though, his legs do pop off nice and easy, and it is a bit of a hassle to get it back on. For his knees, we have double jointed pin knees. Even though it's pinned, it looks nice and clean. Like I previously mentioned, big fan of these knee joints. And there's no boot cut or anything like that, but we do have these awesome ratchet joints down here as well. It goes back and forth, side to side, whatever you guys want to get out of these. Pretty clean looking ratchet joints too. It's not too bad. Pretty much it for articulation. Like I said, somewhat limited, but still pretty cool. If you do want to switch out his hands, but I'm sure you guys are familiar with these anyways, but his hands just pop off. There is a little peg there. They do pop off pretty easy, but it does take a little bit of effort to actually get these on. The ratchet joints are somewhat loose. Apply a bit of pressure. Just to do a few quick comparisons to a few other lines that I collect. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Peter Parker from the Peter Parker Ned Leeds Homecoming 2-pack. Here we have him next to the G.I. Joe Classified Sergeant Slaughter, which is an awesome figure. We couldn't do a comparison without adding in the Star Wars Black Series, Darth Vader. We can see that Kakashi is pretty much the same height as Peter Parker. This guy stands in a little over 6 inches. Obviously Vader is on the big side for a Black Series, and Sergeant Slaughter is pretty huge for a 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified. Just wanted to do a scale comparison to what I consider some of the most popular toy lines out there. Obviously Black Series, G.I. Joe, and Marvel Legends are all Hasbro figures, and Bandai are just a slightly smaller scale anyways. But that's pretty much it for our unboxing and figure review. Overall, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Like I previously mentioned, the paint application on this one isn't perfect, and articulation lacking. We do get decent articulation, but it just could be a little bit better. Overall likeness and everything else actually makes up for it, so I think they did an awesome job with this one. So I think 8 out of 10 is a pretty decent score for this one overall. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this review, what do you think of this figure, and if you had to rate this one out of 10, what would you give it? If you liked that review, don't forget, hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, and that subscribe button is there as well if you guys want to subscribe to the channel. We hope you enjoyed this review. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys.